Hi, I'm Jessica McElveen, and I'm going to be going through what exactly is going on when your child doesn't listen to your teacher or there's problems in the classroom. So I work with teachers to support them with certain behaviors in the classroom and parents as well. And often at the end of my investigative conversations where I dig deep, okay, I'm a questionnaire. And I like to get back to basics when it comes to children and adults. We need to get back to basics because I often see now in a lot of the systems we're using that we've made everything so complicated that we don't know what to do for children, for teachers in the classroom, or for children around their behaviors. We've lost our way a little bit. So we need to bring things back to what we know to be true about children. And what we know to be true about them is there's always a reason. There's always a reason for their lack of listening to the teacher, being willing to take note of what they say, the instructions. There's always a reason. Now, yes, some of them will be this. Some of them will be that there is a fear of getting things wrong, that their nervous system is on such high alert because of various other things going on. Maybe it's the home environment, maybe there's past trauma, maybe there's already sensory overload. There's something going on in their mind. So yes, it could be that they're just not even focused. There could be pain somewhere. There could be anxiety somewhere. So there could be a varied range of things going on. But what I often find is this one thing gets missed and it often changes everything. So the one thing that I tend to tell teachers to focus on is, and it's going to seem so simple to you, the one thing that I tell them to focus on is building a really genuine relationship with the child. Because when I speak to these parents where there's trouble in the classroom, I often get them to ask their child their opinions on the teacher. What do you think of them? Are they nice? Do you like them? Do you have fun with them? Are they funny? Are they weird? Are they wacky? How do they teach you? Do you understand what they're saying? And often there's not really a relationship to lean on. Now, children are just like adults, where they are not going to listen to anybody that they don't have respect for and they don't have a connection with. Now, for example, my dad is physically impaired. He's disabled, and he lives in a home where he has carers coming in. And in the beginning, it was really rough. And he would always say no to them. And he would always ignore them, or he'd always tell them to go away. And he's doing exactly what we should expect because there's no relationship there yet. There's no trust formed. There's no trust that this person really knows who I am, understands me, is going to keep me safe, doesn't think I'm weird, stupid, wrong, naughty, like all of these things that children hear and adults sometimes. That wasn't present. Now, 6 months on, it didn't take that long, but we're in that long now. Now it's a great relationship. There's trust there. There's connection there. There's a real willingness to understand each other in that home now. Dad feels understood. Now, children are exactly the same. They need to feel understood and accepted by the teacher. Now, this could be, if you're a teacher watching this, I understand that you've got a lot of children in the classroom. I really do. However, if you're wanting to change something with this particular child to make maybe your life easier because they are disruptive or they're not listening, a really simple 5-minute conversation each day, every second day is going to go a long way. And it's around these things. It's around understanding what's important to this child. What do they really love? What are they interested in? You find that out. Then the next day you follow up with a question around that thing. And they're like, oh, they really listen to me. They think I'm important. Oh, okay. Feels a little strange, doesn't it? It feels strange, even as adults. When somebody asks you a question around something you've said a week ago or 6 months ago, you actually feel really important. And if they're not completing any of the work in the classroom, how can you relate that information or that topic to something they've already told you? Connection will have them respect you and like you. Now, it's actually okay if your child doesn't like the teacher. They're not going to like everybody. And that's actually okay. We don't need or want children to like everybody. They're not going to. We don't even like everybody as adults. We don't. You may not like your boss. You may not listen to them as effectively as you would if you had respect and connection with your boss. Children are going to be the same. Sometimes they're just a little more verbal about it, or it's a little more obvious. Okay. They don't have the finesse like we do as adults, or the ability to suppress it as much as we can. So the one thing that I would go into any meetings with is, are you willing to try something new? Are you willing to just focus on connection for the next 2 weeks and that's it? Don't worry about reward charts and stars and, whatever other method they have in there. We scrap that and we focus on connection for 2 weeks, and you'll be amazed at what happens. You will be. Give it a go and let me know how you go with it.